Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Citizens of the world, welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at modern games. And of course, when it comes to our modern game videos, we take a look at the games of today and find out what is good and what is a stinker. But we have been having smooth sailing, so we have been running into modern games that are really good. Hey, we're getting lucky there. It is what it is. But anyway, let's get right on going to what we're going to be talking about today. And today's theme is going to be exploration and adventure. And we're going to be talking about an adventure game that kind of takes you into a digital world that is vaporwave as vaporwave gets. Hey, it has a vibe, okay? Don't get me wrong. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at a game called Broken Reality. Anyway, roll it. Broken Reality is a adventure game that has you thrown into a digital virtual world to basically explore. The goal in mind is to basically become as trendy as you can get and have the ability to access more areas from left and right while gaining a bunch of tools and gadgets from left and right, and of course uncovering the mysteries and learning about the lore of this world that is most of the time vaporwave. Vaporwave. We'll go with vaporwave. Now, you do start off with the little thumb up tool, which you can pretty much use that thumb up tool to grab things and throw things. That happens later in the game, but you end up most of the time utilizing that at the beginning of the game to basically like spam like pop-ups from left to right in order to get some likes, alongside collecting a bunch of golden thumb up things from left to right. They act as like coins, so you collect them from left to right. You also end up with a camera. That's another example where you have to basically like take photos of stuff that have like a camera icon on them. And basically everything you kind of do to get you from likes from left and right. And oh yes, there's the katana where you could go ahead and chop up virus pop-ups and slash them all in half and get rid of them. Just keep them from blocking your way. There's the bookmark tool that kind of gives you like a teleport waypoint, and then you could hit that one button, teleport to that one thing. Now, I'm telling you all of this because there's going to be puzzles you're going to be able to solve. As a matter of fact, you do end up later on kind of like solving math puzzles, so that's something. So yes, the goal here is to basically gather likes from left and right, and the more likes you get, the more areas you have access to. And of course, it is a game that rewards you a whole lot for adventuring. And not only that, there's a lot of other side stuff to do, like there are those little shopping spree mini games, and also there are those triangles that you do end up collecting that end up being hidden throughout one place to another, to another, to another, to another. This game really encourages you to basically explore. And yes, exploration is the biggest key around here. You are exploring a digital virtual world that is kind of in its vaporwave vibes. When it comes to the lore of the world that you're thrown into, things get really, really intriguing. And pretty much when it comes to like learning about the characters and learning about the character shenanigans, and then learning about the world and how it works, and figuring out the lore and the history of that world, it is pretty much, from so far, it is very damn well intriguing, and it's something that kind of puts you in kind of like in thought mode, kind of like sort of like in a philosophy mode, but it kind of gets you thinking. Now, I will go ahead and talk about the music of the game and get that over with, because it does have a vibe of its own that does fit in with the world that you're exploring, especially if you're kind of familiar with like the vaporwave genre or future funk genre or synthwave genre. The music is pretty much great. It is good on the ears from left and right. it does have a lot of good things going for it. I knew it would keep popping up in my head. There's an elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is something that is common in games made by Unity Engine. And yes, Broken Reality is a game that is made in Unity Engine. So when it comes to making worlds as big and very much ambitious in this, because here's the thing, Broken Reality is a big, ambitiously designed world. Now, when it comes to like big and ambitious designed world, the more you put into it, the more issues that's gonna come in. This is kind of a situation that has been going on when it comes to Unity Engine, and Unity Engine and its bullshit. We'll go with that. Now, with that totally said, Broken Reality is basically another one of those games by Unity Engine that does get hit up with shenanigans, in which, as a result, there are some buggy areas, there are some optimization issues in some areas. There is areas that are in dire need of optimization, and there are bugs, especially buggy areas, that could pretty much screw your butt up. It is what it is. And also, there is a situation where the quit button will stop working for some goddamn reason, in which I had to alternatively alt-tab out the game and then close it that way. It's just, it kind of gets under my skin, but hey, Unity and its bullshit. This is coming from somebody who has basically played other Unity Engine games, especially the ones where they do have like this big world to kind of wander around in. But however, with that elephant in the room out of the way, I do want to go ahead and jump into the graphics and the design of the game, especially the level design. The devs really went all out when it came to making this world that you do explore in. It looks wonderful. Everywhere you go, there's a whole lot of stuff to take a look at and a whole lot of stuff to admire. The scenery is just astounding. And of course, it's beautiful to look at. And it's like you're kind of wandering around from left and world. Left and world. But no, you are presented with like big, ambitious landscapes to kind of wander around in, and it looks beautiful from left and right. It's done damn well good. It looks beautiful from left and right. And of course, it is pretty much, the scenery gets pretty much calming at times, especially when it comes to like a certain later level that's like kind of like more in the underwater-ish kind of area. And it's like, god dang, it just looks beautiful throughout. There's a whole lot of stuff, there's a whole lot of detail, there's a whole lot of ambition. They really went all out when they were making this big world that you wander in. The game being buggy aside, Broken Reality is pretty much a great exploration game that is filled with like big, beautiful, ambitiously designed worlds from left and right, and of course, it's like something that you do gotta check out yourself. It is an amazing looking game from left to right for a Unity Engine title. There's a ton of stuff to look around in, there's a ton of stuff to do, there's like a bunch of stuff to check out, there's like some various other shindigs to check out. And of course, it is a game that kind of takes you into a wonderful, calming, relaxing environment. And it kind of feels like something where you could go on like a virtual vacation. Even though you do end up kind of like solving puzzles from left to right and trying to like unravel a mystery that has been going on in the world. It does feel like most of the time like a virtual vacation to wander around in. It may be a pain in the ass for some to kind of like work with the game's bugs, especially the little quit button glitch situation going on my end. But however, it is a great fun game to go into and check out and pretty much adventure around in. Broken Reality is a good game that does get itself together. It does hang in there. It does do what it can. It does stay strong. And yes, it is a wonderful looking game that does stand out. And I'm glad to have jumped in and explore this game. And I want to explore more of this game, and I want to pretty much pick off where I left off and kind of like continue like all these other side quests that I got, because there are side quests in there. And yeah, it is a fun game to enjoy. I'm having a good time with it, despite the shenanigans, especially Unity Engine related shenanigans. But hey, Broken Reality is something that you might want to check out, and it's definitely worth it. Remember those designs of like the solo cups in the 90s where it was like abstract and there would be like strokes of paint? There would be like this one big brush, and then there would be like this line that happens throughout the middle. Yeah, it's coming back to me. I also remember that one playmat where I would see like towns and cars and like buildings, and it was like this big little playmat. Yeah, I remember that back at childhood. Yeah. And then I remember I used to see that in my living room back in the good old days when I was a kid. And then it ends up in the backyard as like a basketball stadium, because we got like a basketball hoop and we would go out and play basketball. Childhood memories. Anyway, the vibe of the game is very nostalgic, kind of takes me back to the good old days. But anyway, let's get right on going and end the video off there. Anyway, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. This is nothing but a video product made by a fellow gamer man. Ayo!